Hi, today we're going to learn about triangle area. So our objective is to find the area of any triangle, and this is page 62. Okay, well first of all, let's look at the formula for finding the area of a triangle. We have area equals 1/2 base times height, or what means the same thing is base times height divided by 2. So you can see in this shape we have a base and a height. It's important to notice that the right angle right here, that helps you identify where the base and the height are. Because remember, if I'm looking at this triangle, the base, well, it's resting on the base. It doesn't always though, so this right angle helps me to identify that base, okay, because I could twist this. And the height, remember, we measure height straight up and down. We're not going to measure height at a tilt. So the right angle, since it makes a right angle, it shows us where the base is, where the height is. And the reason that we're doing base times height and then taking half of it, I can show you in a picture. Here is a right triangle. Okay, now if I do base times height, where this is the base and this is the height, if I do base times height, that tells me the area of a rectangle. So let's finish drawing this out like a rectangle. Okay, so that would tell me the area of this whole piece, and then I take half of it because I only want the triangle. I only want half of that area. So all the triangles I have here, I could use them and rearrange them to make a rectangle out of if I double it. And then I just want a half of it because I only want the area of the triangle. I don't want the area of a rectangle. So even this one, I could take this and I could cut it right here, and then I could double this piece and put it here. And then I could double this piece and put it here. And you see now this is my height and this is my base. If I do base times height, I'm going to get this whole rectangle, but I really only want half of it. So that's why we have to take half or divide by 2 at the end. It's really important that you don't forget to take half at the end. Okay, so let's try this out. You're going to see this formula on your formula chart, so we're going to practice using this one. Area equals 1/2 base times height. All right, so if I look here, first thing I need to do is find the right angle. So here's the right angle. So that tells me what my base and my height are. Whatever are touching those is your base and your height. So I've got 5 and I've got 3. It really doesn't matter which one I call base and height because right now this could be the base, but if I turn to this shape, I could call this the base. So it really doesn't matter. Remember when we multiply, the order because of the commutative property doesn't matter. So I'm going to plug in 3 and 5. 1/2 5 times 3. Okay, now I'm going to multiply, and again, I can multiply these two numbers first because it doesn't matter the order in which I multiply the numbers. So I'm going to do 5 times 3 first, which is 15, and then I need to take half of 15. Well, taking half of something is the same as dividing by 2. So I can do 15 divided by 2. Well, that doesn't go into 1, and that goes in 7 times, which is 14. That's 1. Put a decimal. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. So that would be 7.5. And then this is centimeters, and it's area, so it's square units. Now, I could also keep this as a fraction, and I could do 1/2 times 15, and since that's a whole number, put it over 1, and guess what? It would still give me 15 divided by 2, so I'd still end up doing that, okay? So 7.5 centimeters squared would be the area of this triangle. All right, that's a right triangle, so now let's try another triangle. This happens to be an acute triangle. Okay. So first I start with my formula, area equals 1/2 base times height. Now, I need to identify what is the base and what is the height. First thing I do is I find the right angle. Here's the right angle. What's touching it? Well, this 8 right here and this 9. So there's your base and your height. So 1/2 8 times 9. Again, it doesn't matter which one I put as which. Now, just like I did here, I can multiply 8 times 9 first, or you could actually multiply 1/2 and 8 first if you wanted. Take half of 8. I could even take half of 9 if I wanted to have a decimal. Okay, so I'm going to start and I'm going to take half of 8 this time. 1/2 times 8 means 8 divided by 2. So that would be 4. Then I still need to bring down this 9 to multiply by 9. And that would be 36. And we have inches, so that'd be inches squared. Again, if I wanted to multiply 8 and 9 first, 8 times 9 is 72. Then I could take half of it and I'd still end up with 36 inches squared. Okay, last one. Well, on this case, the right angle is on the outside, but that doesn't matter. You're still going to look at the right angle and see which lines are helping form that right angle. In this case, 12 and 14. So area equals 1/2 base times height. I always write the formula. It just helps you to remember to divide by 2 at the end, because that's a common mistake that I see. So 12 and 14, 1/2, 12 times 14. Again, you can multiply 12 and 14 first and then take half of it, or you could take half of one of these numbers first. I'm going to take half of 12, and half of 12 is 6, so then it's 6 times 14, 14 times 6, that'd be 24, 6, 7, 8, so that'd be 84, and it's centimeters squared. All right, so just remember, it's very similar to rectangles. You're using base and height. You just have to remember to divide by 2. Use that right angle to find your base and height. All right, good luck, and thanks for watching.